A Supreme Court ruling on April 16th, defining woman and sex in the 2010 Equality Act as referring to biological females, has sparked a fierce backlash within the UK Labour Party, with leaked messages exposing private dissent among MPs and ministers, despite public support for the decision. The landmark ruling, which excludes transgender women with gender recognition certificates, GRCs, from certain single-sex spaces when proportionate, was welcomed by the Labour-led government as providing clarity and confidence for public services. However, WhatsApp exchanges obtained by the Daily Mail reveal a starkly different sentiment behind closed doors, with prominent Labour figures expressing fury and plotting a response. Among those named is Culture Minister and Rhondda MP Chris Bryant, who reportedly agreed with a colleague's condemnation of comments by EHRC Chair Baroness Faulkner as appalling. Other MPs, including trans rights advocates Nadia Whittome and Harriet Harman, voiced frustration, with one MP urging colleagues to organise against what they see as an overreaction to the ruling. Sources within the party, however, downplay the leaks, insisting they do not signal a widespread revolt. The decision has ignited protests across the UK, with thousands rallying in London and Edinburgh, backed by groups like Pride in Labour and LGBT Labour. The latter condemned the ruling as a blow to trans equality, vowing to fight harder for trans rights. Meanwhile, Labour MP Rosie Duffield, a vocal critic of trans inclusion in single-sex spaces, called on Prime Minister Keir Starmer to apologise for the party's handling of the issue. The Supreme Court clarified that transgender individuals remain protected from discrimination, and exclusions from single-sex spaces must be justified as proportionate. Starmer, navigating the divisive issue, appears to lean on the ruling to project a common-sense stance, avoiding deeper entanglement in the debate. As tensions simmer, the Labour Party faces a delicate balancing act, with internal divisions threatening to undermine its public position. The coming weeks will likely reveal whether dissent translates into concrete action or if the government can unify behind the court's decision. MPs agreed to seek a meeting ASAP with the relevant Equality Minister after the Commons returns from recess this week. The ministers appeared particularly concerned about Lady Faulkner's statement that the ruling meant trans women could not use single-sex female facilities or compete in women's sports. However, since the emergence of the messages, Number 10 has refused to take punitive action over the plot. Downing Street said no action would be taken against Dame Angela and Sir Chris, claiming they were not trying to undermine the Supreme Court judgment. While the government has said it welcomes the judgment, Starmer has not made a personal statement about Wednesday's ruling. Neither has he commented on the weekend's vandalism of a suffragist statue by trans activists. The controversy has prompted Tory leader Kemi Badenoch to write to the Cabinet Secretary, calling for an investigation into Equalities Minister Bridget Phillipson's public statements. Phillipson reacted to the judgment by saying, "We have always supported the protection of single-sex spaces based on biological sex." However, Badenoch argues this could constitute a false public statement, because last June, Phillipson declared that transgender women with penises should be able to use single-sex spaces. In her letter to Sir Chris Wormold, head of the civil service, Badenoch wrote, "If ministers or advisors are found to have instructed civil servants to issue misleading material, then there is a clear route to resolve through resignation."